do that. Okay. There are still students joining, so the sound is distracting me. Beep, 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 beep. All right. Hello, everyone. Thank you for being here. I'm really excited to be here. We started this with Dr. Jared 3 years ago, and it really helped the students, get that OPT thing done and learn a lot of project management and professional development. So we're getting a lot of good feedback. So that's why we're basically continuing with him and expanding the topics and the projects and everything. So I'm really excited to be on board for this summer as well. Okay. I like this. I like these sessions because they are kind of integrated with the project management and the professional development. And I know you guys don't need any professional development, so but it always helps to learn a little bit more and apply what you already know. Uh, Hopefully you'll enjoy everything we talk. And let's start. So this is called Professional Ethics Program. All right. So we are basically launching today the project management side of it. And Thursdays, we're gonna cover the professional development, or if you want to call it soft skills, life skills, social skills, interpersonal skills. They call all kinds of stuff. So in life, if you see a lot of definitions, different definitions for same thing, that means it's not really known much. So everyone makes their own definition, and we can't agree the label and what do we need to call. So they call all kinds of stuff. But hopefully we're going to learn a lot on Thursdays as well. So it's still students are joining and the sound is breaking my ears. So let's continue. Most of you, or maybe some of you, know me. So I don't really want to talk about myself a lot. So maybe a little bit. So we're going to cover today the netiquette, the course rhythm. Okay. And then after those, a few admin slides and talking about admin stuff, we're gonna dive into project management definition, fundamentals, and some I'll put you in Zoom rooms sometimes, and then we'll do activity. The first activity will be work breakdown structure, and you'll see I really like the discussions in the classroom. I like student feedback and then talking about those feedbacks, maybe what's going on with your sponsor, with Dr. Jarrett, or in your employer. We can talk about those. Of course, you don't have to give us names and anything, so just a general, background information, and then we can discuss about those. Or after these lectures, I'll have office hours, so we can talk about your uh, how can you promote yourself, or maybe you have a problem kind of about the professional skills and stuff, project management. So we can always talk about those things as well. I'm still admitting students, so it's gonna be a lot of fun, okay? And I always do one or two activities every session and some Zoom rooms as we have time. Uh, and then it's gonna be a dynamic sessions, okay? Just one thing I want to say. Let's not do this a boring undergrad lecture, okay? That's why I really want your feedback and also contributions. Actually, last week I was so happy to see a lot of learners and participants were participating and discussing. Even in the Zoom rooms, it was very lively discussion. So hopefully we can continue that. It's kind of a long marathon. It's 12 weeks, so I understand sometimes you'll be more motivated, sometimes maybe less. But let's keep the rhythm and let's keep the motivation as high as we can. Right, I'm still admitting. Okay, so one thing I want you to do before we go into the project management definitions and stuff. Okay, what's going on here? So you want to record a different recording? I'm already recording it, Jared, but you want to record?
Yeah, if you're already recording, that's fine.
Oh, I just said yes, but I don't know what, yeah. Okay, so attendance is key, as we discussed last week. If you attend, you'll ask questions and you'll share your ideas and your some things about your life, so the quality will be a little bit higher, and it's not gonna be a boring lecture. Okay, that's the last thing I want. And but you can always interrupt me anytime. Okay, anytime you can interrupt me and interject anything you want. But in terms of attendance, I would have you here in these hours, in the class periods. But if you can't, please watch the recordings because there will be assignments. And then to do the assignments, you basically need to watch the recordings. I'm gonna upload the recordings maybe in 1 day or 2 days. So to do the assignment, you really need to watch the lecture later. If you're gonna have a long pause in your attendance, let's say 3 weeks, 4 weeks, you think you can't even watch the lectures, then talk to Dr. Jarrett and see what mitigations you can do. Okay, so, but if you can't attend, you don't need to email me. Okay, you just watch the lecture and the recording. Yeah, contribute to content and discussions. Bring your own experience. That's what's gonna make this lectures really better quality. You can always interrupt me, but how to interrupt me is you can raise your hand digitally. Do you know how to do that? Let's try. Okay. Can someone raise your hand? Yes, oh, thumbs up. Yes, that's actually raising your hand. Yes. So when you raise your hand digitally, it bumps you to the top, and then it attracts, yeah, it attracts my attention, and I can say, yes, Vijay, yes, Patrick, please. And I'll let you talk basically. So let me see if there's any students in the waiting room. Yes. So that's helpful. Okay. Okay, so let's do that. Write in the chat anytime, but I may not monitor the chat. I don't know if I have a grader right now. Jared, do I have a grader in the call?
I don't know. I messaged them. I'll have to see.
Okay.
But there'll be one for Thursday for sure.
Yeah, I'll look at the chat sometimes. So I don't really monitor online as we talk, and then I look at the slides and everything. It's gonna be difficult, but every 2, 3 minutes, 5 minutes, I'm gonna take a look at the chat and we'll discuss that one too. Because I know some of you may be at work or mic is not working. I understand all those things, so you can always chat right in the chat. But let's wait until the other participant finished talking. Everyone can raise their hands digitally, but then when they talk, you wait and then you talk. Okay, everyone waits their turn, just like in regular classroom. Be mindful to different cultures, religions, backgrounds, expertise, diversity. It's okay to disagree, okay? But we are engineers and we can disagree even engineering terms as well. So we have enough disagreement even in our domain. Let's not bring in any religious or cultural or political, anything like that. So my focus is you. In those Tuesday and Thursdays for 12 weeks, my focus will be you only. Okay? So let's respect others. If someone says, hey, I think like that, and don't say, oh, you think because you are from that country or that religion. It's okay. Everyone thinks something. Okay. We don't need to correct them. Let's not make them a discussion because sometimes it can go to ugly spots. Okay. We don't want that to happen. Let's stay focused on the topic and how can we more benefit from the topics. Okay. So let's do that. But I'm telling you, it's always good to learn from other cultures. Okay? People have different views, and it really expands our perspective in life and thinking. And actually, this semester I created a systems thinking lecture for you guys. So we're gonna cover how the systems thinking may help in even project management and professional development as well. So that way, that in that lecture, I'm gonna cover how the diversity, different views actually will help our project, how we think about life and everything. Okay, so systems thinking, something that you're gonna see new. Turn on your cam if possible. If not, I understand, but at least a few students being there will make me happy. Okay. And, at least I'm not talking to a wall, and I know, but I understand. Maybe some of you are not working, or I actually had a student in the military environment, so he said everything around me is secret. So, well, I respect. Okay, maybe it's not fully true, but that's fine. Okay, whatever you think. So turn on your cam whenever it's possible. Okay, any questions from here? Because before I dive into the project management, I want you to understand everything, and I don't like repeating the admin stuff every week. So anything here? It's easy. It's easy. Okay, cool. So let's look at the course rhythm. Okay, so because sometimes we forget what's going to happen in 12 weeks. So, so that's our timeline. So project management will be Tuesdays, 11 to 12:15. And after 12:15 to 12:30, I'll be with you office hours. What I do, I usually steal a few minutes if I couldn't finish 12:15. But I will usually finish that. And then if I can, I'll steal a few minutes. But then if you have like general questions, we can always answer those. Or if you have personal questions, I can always talk about it as well, like one-to-one. Usually I'll ask if anyone needs one-to-one session, and then if someone says, I'll tell the others, okay, bye-bye, and then we'll talk to you about your personal, whatever you need, okay? All right, so this is our timeline. So we have lectures, and we will have in-class activities. Okay, it may be a Zoom room or some kind of activity that I want you to work in the groups, or sometimes I'll just say, write in the chat, and I'll see what's going on in the chat. So that's what we're gonna do. Before every class, before every lecture, I really don't want to call this class, but I don't know what else to call. So you will have pre-class submissions. What does that mean? Every assignment will be due before the next session. For example, we are covering WBS, right? If you have an assignment about WBS, it's gonna be due Monday next week. So right before this class. So before almost every class, you're gonna have a half page or 1 page, mostly to expand your thinking, to apply what you already learned on half page. It's gonna be really simple. But I know you're gonna be busy. It's gonna usually take you like 15 minutes, half an hour to do that. But if you don't apply the knowledge is not gonna help you, because in your work or sponsor with Dr. Jared's companies, there's no A, B, C, D options. Okay, there's a situation, and then you have to find out what's the problem, and you have to apply your skills in the problem. There's no A, B, C that you can pick. Okay, so knowing that, I want you to do these assignments right before the class. Okay, so that's the responsibility, and you will have weekly submissions in between the classes, which is basically the pre-class submission. It's not a different thing. It's basically the same thing. But every a few weeks, you will have quiz. Okay, so there's natural breaks in my contents. For example, passing from planning to implementation, or going through some a little bit complex topics. There will be quizzes. So to make sure that you understood the previous content, because this 12 weeks really builds on top of each other. It's not isolated lectures. So, but quizzes are really easy. So whenever I really make a discussion or ask a question, it's possible that it's gonna show up in the quiz. So it's not really gonna be difficult if you attend the lectures and also watch the recordings. Just looking at it, maybe 1-2 hours and right before the quiz will help you with everything you need, because you'll remember. Okay. So let's see what else we have. Okay, so any questions about the course rhythm? Yes, excellent. Rajapa or
You
I'm sorry,
can call me Ravi.
Ravi.
That's a
Okay,
short name.
Ravi.
Yep.
Easy.
I just had a question regarding the notes for the lectures. Will they be shared, the slides or the notes?
Yes, excellent question. I usually share it right after the class. because sometimes I have calculations, sometimes activities, sometimes video, you know. I don't want the magic to disappear. When we did it in class, right after that, you'll have time to study and you'll have the slides, right? The same day,
Okay,
you'll have the slides. Because
thank you.
I don't want to post, yeah, thank you for asking the question. I don't want to post or publish it before because the magic disappears, okay? I want you to learn together. And you don't really need to study beforehand, okay?
Yeah.
Study afterwards.
Okay, thank
Right,
you.
good question. So this is the scale and scope of this course. It's a lot. It's almost full PMP certification. Okay, I want to say like 60-70%. What is not here is, I want to say like motivation, leadership and stuff, but we're going to cover them in the professional development sessions. I want to see this as a like a isolated class, but it's really, like I said, integrated. Okay. Maybe procurement is not here, you know, selecting contractors is not here. So if you of the items that is in PMP is not here. But other than that, everything is here. Even the project risk management, you know, it's here, a big topic here. We're gonna dive into a little bit of money, how to think about the interest rates and stuff. Through the end, I'm gonna do like a cybersecurity awareness. Okay. Yeah, if you are familiar with project management a little bit, you may recognize some of these acronyms, but if not, you're gonna learn them. And I know not everybody is at the same level. So if you study, even though you don't have any like kind of a formal education or training about project management, I'll bring you from 0 to 70%. Okay, that's how I designed it, the assignments and the quizzes. I'll make sure that you learn this stuff. Some of the some of the sessions, there will be no math. Some of the sessions will be full of math, but not really scary math. Okay, I'm not gonna challenge your math skills, but we will use math as a tool to understand project management better. Okay, so number 4, I don't know if I'm gonna teach this in week 4, but systems thinking, I just developed this for you guys. Like I said, it's a really good 1 hour, 1.5 hour session. I want to put it in the beginning somewhere. So let's see, it may stay there, but it's going to help you broaden your perspective a little. But did anyone look into systems thinking? Or maybe your master's degree is about like systems thinking? Yeah, so hopefully that will be a very good introduction to systems thinking, and hopefully you can read a little bit about it later. Okay. Let's see what else. Yeah. Okay, that's the scale and scope. It's a lot. It's a lot of work, but we have enough time to, right? 12 weeks. So I have some road signs for you. So points to ponder. That's where we will have a little discussion. Maybe I'll ask you to write in the chat. So things like that. It's a good time to share your experience, share your questions. If you see this guy thinking, so it's probably, I think it's the sculpture that says Je pense que je suis. I think so I am, or something like that. I think so I exist. It's the French philosopher. When you see this one, it says we're gonna go to Zoom rooms. Again, it all depends on the time. If you have time, we're gonna have 3 minutes, 5 minutes in the Zoom room. So if you things that I expect from the Zoom, it's not only the content. I want you to know each other and interact with each other, learn from each other, you know, ask each other what are their names and where do they work, if they work, if they are graduate student, what's their degree, you know. Just know a little bit about yourself, a few seconds, and then go to the topic, okay? And what I do, after the Zoom, I will always hopefully get one volunteer. So, you know, one team, one group will say a few things, maybe present the thing that they find out. Okay. So that's usually what I will be expecting. And that says we're gonna get 30 hands, we're gonna get and fix something, you know, calculate something, draw something, usually sometimes individually or as a group. Or maybe I'll just write, hey, you know, calculate this and write the answer in the chat. Okay, these are our road signs. It's gonna help me as well. Hey, don't forget the Zoom room on this slide. Okay, road signs. Any questions about those? Okay. So we're gonna see soft skills in project management. This is not the soft skills, but I want to play this one to see if anyone feels sometimes at work like this. So I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna play this with my headphones on, and if you hear it, please make thumbs up, okay? If not, I'm gonna unplug my mic and then play it again. So if you hear it, please make thumbs up. Interesting. Some of you are hearing, some of you are not hearing. Interesting. Okay. I will have a lot of fun videos along the way, so okay. Okay, let's see. If you are hearing, thumbs up. Yes.
I'm not hearing it.
Not hearing
I
it.
can't hear it.
Interesting. Some of you are hearing, some of you are not.